Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are having a lovely weekend. It is Sunday around 8 p.m. or so. The sunset's beautiful. I'll have to show you real quick. The purpose of this video is actually to sit down and kind of give y'all a little life update. If you don't know me in real life or don't follow me on Instagram, you might not know, but I quit my job, my new grad nursing job. I quit, let's see, about a month or so ago. I put in my notice, but then officially stopped working at that job about a week and a half ago. If you saw my most recent vlog that I posted yesterday, I think today's Sunday, I shared it late last night, Saturday. I talked about applying to a labor and delivery unit at my hospital, and going through the interview, I vlogged the interview, or at least after it, and really thought I had it in the bag and then didn't get the job. So that was really, really hard. Not getting that sucked, for lack of a better word. I honestly went through several weeks of just feeling really confused about next steps with nursing, with really doubting my role in women's health. I'm in a women's health nurse practitioner and midwifery grad school program right now. It's a master's. And I was like, dang, if I can't get hired on labor and delivery, should I even be in this program? Am I going to be a good women's health NP? Am I going to be a good midwife? How am I gonna get my labor and delivery experience that I really, really wanted? So a lot of just negative self-talk, doubt, real confused and angry with God, to be honest. I have been wanting to work on that floor for years. I actually did my nursing school obstetrics rotations on that floor and fell in love with it. Saw my first birth on that floor, and so I was like, Lord, this just makes so much sense. It's the perfect transition. You know, how full circle and wonderful would it be to get to work on the floor where I first fell in love with labor and delivery. So that was really, really tough. I got that just generic HR email in the middle of a really hard shift at work, and was next to coworkers who I love and they're friends of mine, but it was just kind of embarrassing to randomly check my email and see this generic rejection from HR saying that, you know, we're sorry, there were other candidates, you weren't chosen. So that was really rough. And so that happened, I would say, late April. I think it was mid-April, actually. I had the interview early April, heard back within a week or two, and then was getting ready for my time off. So this was the end of my first semester of NP school. I was trying to make plans for travel during my 2 weeks of PTO. Spontaneously decided to go to the Caribbean with a friend, which I wish I had vlogged when I was there, but it was honestly really nice to just be present and enjoy my time with my college friend. It was a lovely trip, but the week before we left on our trip, I was actually home in Houston with my family. I'd been talking with a couple other friends who are nurses at other local hospitals, just about other labor and delivery opportunities. I really honestly didn't want to leave the hospital that I was at because I really, really loved it. Had a phenomenal experience there. Felt very just taken care of and nurtured during that first year or so as a nurse, and cannot say enough good things about them as an employer, and especially about the floor that I worked on and management there. They were just wonderful, and they've become like family to me, honestly. But I really wanted to take that next step forward and start working in labor and delivery. And so thankfully I've got lots of nurse friends out here, and of course, as things seem to transpire in my life, you know, friends will text me links to things. So my current church that I'm at, a friend texted me a random video of their worship, and then I got hooked, and you know, long story short, here I am in love with my current church. My old job that I just left, another nursing school friend sent me a link to that saying, hey, I think you would like this, check it out. Very much God things, just, you know, dropping links and having people just be prompted to send me things. I swear God works in the coolest ways. But I had a friend reach out and say, hey, I know the manager of the labor and delivery unit at another hospital nearby. Would you be interested? And I was really just frustrated at the time, really put off by even thinking about applying to other jobs because I was so burned by not getting the job I really thought I was gonna get. But ended up actually considering this other hospital, and threw in an application, did a generic HR interview, and was like, actually, this sounds really great. The pay was a lot better. It's a lot closer to where I live, so my commute is gonna be like 5 minutes, which is amazing. My 25-minute commute to old job was really not that bad. It was honestly nice to just kind of break up my day like that and have some quiet time in the morning, listen to a podcast, music, things like that. But the idea of working only 5 minutes from where I live is really awesome. Again, better pay. I knew lots of people, or I actually currently know a lot of people at that hospital and several on the floor that I'm going to be working at now. Yeah, benefits are better, just all these little things that I hadn't really thought about. I was like, oh, okay, and I would get to get my labor and delivery experience. So I interviewed when I was home in Houston. I literally sat in my little sister's bedroom because she had the best lighting, and, you know, did my hair and makeup in the classic Zoom outfit from just top up, and interviewed with the manager. She was great. I honestly didn't feel very strongly in the interview. I was like, I think I answered her questions well, but you know, nursing interview questions are weird because they're behavior based and they ask about specific patient scenarios and things like that. And y'all, I don't know. I like to think that I interview well, but it seemed so last minute. I mean, I had the HR like screening interview 2 days before, and she's like, let's get you on the calendar. I'm like, okay, I wasn't planning to have a, you know, interview while I was home in Houston. I was just gonna veg out with my family. But we ended up doing this interview and, you know, was told I'd hear back within a couple days or early the following week. But they were rolling out this big new budget for all of their nurses, and so there was gonna be a delay. And of course it lined up with the timing of me going on my trip with my friend to the Caribbean. I was like, this is just my luck. I'm gonna be, you know, out of any sort of cell reception, not able to hear back and accept or decline an offer or be rejected and not actually get an offer. So there was nerves about that. There was excitement about being in another country and possibly getting good news. Also getting bad news. At least I was in a beautiful place. I could celebrate, cry, whatever with a friend. Regardless, we're gonna go get a drink, whatever the outcome is, you know. So it was exciting. And of course I was at the beach. I had just gotten off a boat tour with my friend, and I checked my phone, had a missed voicemail from someone at this hospital, and, you know, recognized the area code on the phone number, listened to it, totally freaked out. My friend got, you know, really sweet pictures and videos of my reaction, which was just so special. And I was literally on the beach in Antigua, running into the water, jumping up and down, so excited. And she caught all of that. I'll like insert a couple of those pictures here. Oh my gosh, okay. So within a couple days, I called the recruiter back and accepted. I definitely wanted to take a little bit of time just to think on it and pray about it, talk through it with my friend. I am such an external processor. That's part of the reason I really enjoy making YouTube videos, is because I get to talk and process things, whether that's allowed to myself, never to be posted, or just processing things after they happen with you guys. Big journaler, big talker, texter. This should not come as a surprise. But I accepted the offer, and honestly have just felt a lot of peace about it since then. I called my dad today because it's Father's Day, and he was just asking about this time off, because I do have a couple weeks between leaving the old job and starting the new one. And he's like, how are you feeling? And honestly, I just haven't thought a lot about it. I don't really have many details about the new job. I have a start date, but I don't have a schedule yet. So there's kind of no reason to be anxious about it. I've been trying to work on my not so great habit of getting anxious before things happen, or getting anxious before there's anything to be anxious about, like this preemptive anxiety, as if I could get the anxiety out now and that would prevent me from being anxious later. It's a control thing. We're working on it. But since I just have so little information, there's no reason for me to freak out, and it's gonna be hard and tiring and scary and new, but I think it's gonna be really fun. It's a really, really big unit, and it's a combined antepartum, so pregnant patients and labor and delivery unit, and then postpartum's just right down the hall. So I'll get so much good experience. I'll be in orientation for 10 weeks, so I'll start right after the 4th of July, and then I'll finish orientation mid-September, I think is about where those 10 weeks would land. So yeah, my schedule will be up to this hospital for those 10 weeks, and then I'll get some, you know, more say in what my schedule looks like after that. But It's only 25% night shift requirement, and I cannot stand night shifts. That's huge. I was on 50% rotating days, nights at my previous job, and then I won this bid to get to select all day shifts. So I've been on day shifts for a good 6 months now, which has been wonderful. So I'm very thankful for that flexibility. They're really, really wonderful about working around my class schedule, since I have night classes, Tuesdays and Wednesday nights during the summer, and that just changes every semester. So they were very supportive of nurse practitioner students. They said a lot of their nurses are NP students and that they love that. So that was a big difference in this current job versus the other one I applied to and just didn't get. So yeah, there seems to be just surprise around every corner and little things that I didn't know that I needed and that I'm really excited about. So hoping that I will make friends and, you know, find good mentor figures and just really learn a lot. I love, love, love labor and delivery. It was my favorite rotation in school, and so I'm so excited to actually be a labor and delivery nurse. So I will definitely keep you guys posted on what that's like, what that transition is like, little check-ins after, you know, a month, 2 months after orientation and things like that. I think that is all I wanted to mention on this little chat catch-up video. If you have any questions about that transition, about getting rejected from a job that you thought you had in the bag, about looking for new ones, feel free to ask me. But especially if you are a nurse working in labor and delivery or just have birthed a child, let me know your biggest tips about being a labor and delivery nurse, about working with women in labor and immediate postpartum, about how to best support this population. I am all ears and just really excited. So I would love to hear from y'all. I hope you have a great night. I'm gonna go watch the rest of the sunset because it's absolutely gorgeous. And then I'm actually taking myself on my first solo trip tomorrow. I am driving to Wrightsville Beach or Wilmington, North Carolina area to do a little like solo beach trip Sabbath day. And I'm really excited about it. More single girl, date yourself, go on dates with Jesus vibes. I'll keep you posted.